So what's it like for you to be out campaigning for your dad?
It's fun. It's definitely a different experience, and it's something I feel really lucky actually to have the opportunity to do. I did it in 2004. I spent actually a whole summer campaigning, and it takes a little getting used to. Actually, I'm not much of a public speaker, so that part is quite an adjustment, but it's actually really fun, and I'm really, really happy to do it, and just really proud of my dad and my mom, so it's nice to be able to support them.
And what do you try to get across to people when you're out here?
Well, I think that it depends to some extent on the event. Like when you're around a bunch of women, you really want to convey that dad has actually raised a daughter and knows women's issues, and obviously many of them have met my mother, so they know that she's quite a force of her own. And I think you're partially just sort of a spokesperson for who dad is, the kind of person that he is, the fact that he has a loving family and that we have a pretty normal family life. And also to speak to some of the issues to whatever extent that I can, the issues that are important to him. And I mean, I feel very lucky that I agree with him on most of the major issues. And I get to talk about that because our values are very much the same, probably because he raised me. But it's nice to be able to talk about those things as well. And for young people, which is a lot of what I do, is visit colleges and talk to young people. I think there are two big things. One is to get across Dad's message of hope and the fact that he has real plans, and the other is to encourage young people to get involved. And I think that young people, college students, are very interested in politics and just a lot of them feel disenfranchised. So just to be able to reach out to them and say, we're here and we care about you and we want you to be a part of this campaign is really important.
And you said you try to share that you grew up with a normal background.
Yeah.
Explain a little of that for people.
Well, I mean, I guess we just grew up like any normal family. I mean, my dad never ran for a public office until I was 16. So, he coached my basketball team and my soccer team, and we played horse in the backyard all the time. And, Dad was picking me up from school and making me lunch in the morning, making pancakes on Sunday mornings in little animal shapes. I mean, we had just this sort of family life that I think most Americans consider normal, if that exists.
And recently, as you just talked a little bit about out there, he has been taking a stronger approach against Senator Clinton. Mm-hmm. What's that like for you, and why do you think you're doing that as a campaign, and what do you want women especially to know?
Well, I think it's important because the primary process is about choosing a candidate, and the reason that we go through it is because there are choices, and there are different personalities and different platforms that each of the candidates are running on. I think it's really important to point out those distinctions. Kate Michelman is here with me today, and we're talking a lot about women's issues. She's quite the expert on that. But the truth is that my dad does everything with an eye towards equality, and I think that means a lot of different things, but it's especially significant for women who suffer more from a low minimum wage, who suffer more, who suffer more from a tax system that doesn't support the middle class, who suffer more from the quite conservative decisions that are coming out of the Supreme Court, and child care expenses and health care expenses. I mean, many of these issues that surround the campaign, that surround this campaign, are especially important for women to consider. And I think that if you take a look at the platform, it's very obvious who, if you covered up the names and chose the platform that is best for women and the plans that are best for women, then if you uncovered that name, it would be my dad. Yeah.
And why your dad over Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama, do you think?
Well, I mean, I think they're all running very different campaigns, and I think one thing to be proud of as Democrats is the fact that we have this incredible field of qualified candidates. My dad stands for change in Washington, and I think it's a change that we so desperately need as a country. And I don't think that is true of Senator Clinton. I'm really proud that we've gotten to the point where we have a woman running, and I think that's incredibly important. But at the same time, to enable us to fight for the interests that are so important to us as women, we really have to be willing to stand up to those big interests in Washington. And I don't feel that Senator Clinton's necessarily able to do that. And Barack Obama I also respect very much and think he is a great voice for the Democratic Party, but I don't see from him the substantial plans and real thoughtfulness on the issues that my dad has put in. And I think that's very obvious, even just going to events, hearing my dad answer questions about the issues and talk about his plans for, across the spectrum from foreign policy to domestic policy and everything in between. He has really thought about the issues, really thought about the things that affect us as Americans and put into his plans, details that make a difference.
You yourself have been through a lot of challenges, losing your brother, seeing your mom battle her cancer. And what gives you strength?
Well, I think you get strength from many places. I mean, the first place I always look when something something goes wrong or something doesn't turn out the way that I hope that it would is my family. And I think that's true of most people. And our family has been through a lot together, and we've come out of the other side of it holding on to one another. Certainly, that's the thing that's gotten me through it. I also have an incredible support network of friends who have been through a lot with me as well.
And how's your mom doing? What's it like seeing her out there, going through what she's going through and showing such strength herself? She's incredible, obviously. She has more energy than I do. Whenever I'm with her, she wears me out, way faster than I could ever wear her out. But she is really energetic, and she always says this, and it's true, if you didn't know she was sick, then you wouldn't know she was sick, because she doesn't look sick, she doesn't act sick. She has lots of energy, and she feels really good. I actually was with her and my brother and sister on Monday in New York, and she looked just absolutely stunning, and she was glowing, and she was happy, and was, dealing with the kids crawling all over her, and it's just kind of something that I have come to expect from my mom. She's really strong, and she does not let the weight of things get her down. I know you were really close to your brother too. Do you think of him while you're out here?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it would be nice to have a partner in crime out here, I think. But I think he'd be really proud of what we're doing and especially what my parents are doing.
How are Jack and Emma Claire?
They're good. They're holding up. They have a lot of energy, and they're traveling a lot on the campaign trail, and it's cool because they get to learn a lot about the country that they otherwise wouldn't get to learn, and they're actually in school as well. So they're having a good time, and I think they're really glad to be able to spend time with my parents while they're traveling.
I know you mentioned that you pretty much agree with your dad on almost everything.
Yeah.
I've heard him say a couple of times that gay marriage is one area where
you
have a little disagreement, but you and your mom share the same views, and
we both strongly believe in gay marriage. I said it last time around. I think this time around my mom said it for the first time. And I have many very close homosexual friends, and I would like them to have the same benefit that I have of being able to get married and have it actually be or sound at least equal in this country. And I think that's a right that they deserve. Dad doesn't agree. He's not there yet. But he grew up in a very different background than I did, and I think it's just really quite hard for him to wrap his mind around. And I can't fault him for that, but we do disagree on that.
And finally, do you think you'd be interested? Would you be interested in running for office after seeing what it's like?
It's not after seeing what it's like, but I would not run for office. It's not quite in my personality. But I do enjoy being part of the support staff.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Don't leave your phone.
Do you mind?
No.
Is that okay? Okay, thank you. Hang on, Kate. Hang
Oh,
on.
no problem.
What year are you in law school?
I am my second year in law school. It feels like I should still be a first year, but I'm a second year.
You're in law school. And do you pick a area of focus?
You don't actually. I know that I want to do litigation, but the second year is kind of nice because you get to sort of choose what you want to do for your classes and stuff. And I'm doing a clinical that's a 2-year long clinical called the Legal Aid Bureau, and so I get to actually have